here today to talk about training and the importance of it. $700,000 fire trucks don't put out fires. What puts out fires are well-trained firefighters. The goal of the New York State Chiefs is to enhance firefighter training, build their confidence, make them safer on the fire ground, make them better firefighters through our coordinated fire attack program.
Let's spend a couple minutes talking about what makes this training unique. One of the things that is noteworthy about it is that we have a very high instructor-to-student ratio. The instructors themselves are of a very, very high quality. We're talking about people from New York City, from Syracuse, from Rochester, from Buffalo, spanning the entire state. Some of these guys have 25 or 30 years on the job. It's a great mix of career and volunteer. All of the instructors are nationally certified. In some cases, people with national reputations. They're training at the FDIC, they're training out on the West Coast, they're training in Baltimore. They're the same people that you read regularly in the trade magazines, and they have come together under the auspices of the New York State Fire Chiefs to offer this unique hands-on training experience, blending not only state-of-the-art formal training in all of the unique elements of our job, but also bringing together years and years of street savvy.
One of the most important considerations for our hands-on training certainly is always the safety of the students and the instructors. We pay close attention to the requirements of NFPA 1403, the fire training standard, and in many cases we always meet the standard, but in many cases we exceed the standard. Our fire rooms that the attack team is actually going into, across the hallway from that we'll have 2 additional rooms. In those rooms, we always have fast teams and hand lines stationed. And the hand lines serve as a safety line in case the fire builds too much intensity while the students are making the hallway. We can always dampen it down and slow it down a little bit. And of course, the fast teams, if something does go wrong, we've got trained fast team members that are right there, right next to the incident, and are able to respond very quickly. Another part of the hands-on training program that we do is thermal imaging camera training. And this is one of the units that we use here. The thermal imaging camera program will teach our firefighters how to operate different kinds of thermal imaging cameras. We'll be using some classrooms, some lecture scenarios, and then in the afternoon, when we're actually doing our live fire training in the hotel or whatever building we're using, the thermal imaging class will actually take part in that. So they'll get a chance to see live fire and the firefighters at work. They'll get a chance to see the fire from the incipient stage as the fire grows, as fire comes out of the rooms into the hallway. Then they'll be able to watch the attack teams come down through, knock the fire out. We found that it's very, very good training, very realistic. It doesn't get any more realistic than sitting there and watching their brother and sister firefighters make the hallway, understand how things look.
The whole idea of this training is to teach firemen how to use their tools. We have to show up at the fire and we have to be able to use the tools that we bring with us. We bring the tools on this beautiful truck, but we have to be able to use them. Otherwise, you're just going to watch the building burn down. You've got to be able to take these tools off the rig and use them properly to save your life and the life of a brother or sister firefighter. You might also get the added benefit of saving a member of the public, a civilian. But your job is to make sure that you are safe and your brother and sister firefighters are safe. And we are going to teach you how to do that.
The value of realistic hot training is that it provides true life firefighting experiences. Training like we fight with our tools and SOPs is one of our main goals at our training. At our training, firefighters will learn by using the 3 E's. Eyes, you'll learn by watching the instructors. Ears, you're going to learn by listening. And experience, you're going to do the actual hands-on procedures. That's going to equal your education in firefighting. Perhaps one of the greatest achievements to have as an instructor is when a student comes back and shakes your hand and says thank you. Recently, this occurred after one of our training sessions. One of our students was able to perform a true life rescue off a portable ladder and successfully rescue a family of 3 from a burning house. Nowadays, it's very difficult to find a place to do live fire training. Firefighters are so lucky to be able to find a place like the New York State Chiefs for live fire training. Not only does it add actual experience in firefighting and gives you the true life conditions in actual buildings. The portable ladder section of the training has helped firefighters all around the country. Some of the programs and things that we teach in this portion of the training has gone on to National Trade Magazine and a national textbook, which has helped firefighter safety tremendously. Today's fire conditions have changed from 25 years ago. With the modern day plastics, computers, VCRs, in everybody's homes, fires are burning hotter with more smoke and more changing conditions. This training provides realistic fire conditions that you can't get in a regular burn building with a pallet or a bale of hay. The value of sending firefighters to realistic training like this is that it's going to teach them better firefighting tactics and procedures. Most fire departments aren't running fires every day, and they're few and far in between. But we have to have well-trained firefighters so that it's like an insurance policy, that they're trained and they know what to do when it happens. Because at a moment's notice, they're going to go from working in a deli, fixing an automobile, cutting their grass, into a roaring fire. And you must have the knowledge to back yourself up. So many Americans are willing to spend money on car insurance, life insurance, and home insurance. Having a firefighter trained is much like the same situation. You never know when an accident, emergency, or a fire could break out. And when your whistle blows and the firemen respond with those fire trucks, you like a well-trained outfit to respond to your emergency needs.
One other program that we do besides engine and truck company operations is flashover survival training. We have a unit, we bring our students in, and we show them the life cycle of a fire. The fact that fires are 3 times hotter now than they were 20 years ago. We want to show the students the limitations of their protective equipment and that it should be your last line of defense, not your first line of defense. The importance of proper ventilation and getting a hose line in position quickly and efficiently.
This is John Salka. I am a battalion chief in the New York Fire Department and a member of the New York State Associations of Fire Chiefs. I'm here to talk to you about the hands-on training program run by the association, which is a great opportunity for firefighters from around the state and the region to take part in realistic hands-on training. The stations and the skills that are practiced there go from forcible entry to roof cutting to firefighter survival and, of course, engine work. And it's a great opportunity for firefighters who maybe don't have a lot of experience or don't have a lot of chance to force doors or cut roofs to get out there with the real live instructors and real tools under real conditions and practice some of the skills that they need to protect their communities.
I want to talk for a minute about the hands-on training offered by the state chiefs. We've sent a number of people over the last previous years to the hands-on training. And the one thing that I want to say is the excellent training, the instructors, the experiences and the education that they bring back. The training doesn't stop when they leave the hands-on training. They're bringing it back to our department and they're talking about the experiences that they've encountered, the ideas, the concepts, which normally wouldn't be in our department. And the training doesn't end that day, it continues. It continues for the next year until we send people again to the training. The quality of our firefighters have definitely increased over the years. Before, the fire service was a one-purpose department. You would go put out fires. Today, we're putting out fires, we're doing EMS calls, we're doing trench collapse, building collapse, confined space, hazmat. Anything that the public needs, that's what we're providing. And what's good is they're going and they're getting these concepts and these ideas and they're able to bring it back. And the one thing that I really enjoy with this whole program is they're getting somebody else's view. The local training that we get here is great, but it's enhanced by sending them out and getting that world view of what's going on in the fire service, not only just across the state of New York, but across the entire country. The quality of firefighter that it's now producing is enormous. We're having guys coming in that they may have been a good quality firefighter, but they were never pushed to their potential. They didn't know what their potential was until they've completed this training. These instructors make you realize what your potential really is. You may think that you're here, and by the end of the training, you realize you're actually up here. And to be able to get that self-worth, that gratification out of these guys of doing a good job is just tremendous.
I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch our video presentation. If you're interested in becoming a participant or a sponsor, please contact the New York State Association of Fire Chiefs at the address provided below. For you firefighters who watch it, remember, you have to fight to train to fight. And we want to train our firefighters the way we want them to fight fires. Stay safe and have a good day.